Hey guys, today I'm back to film a just casual chit chat, get ready with me. I was going to be filming my Buxom review today, but I'm just not in the mood to film a review, and plus I kind of want to play around with the May Contain Nudity palette a little bit more before I do my full review on the palettes. So I'm just going to keep playing with that a little while longer before I do the reviews, but it is hard because it's kind of the end of the month, beginning of August, so I'm going to have, you know, my Project Pan update, my Pan That palette, favorites, empties, all that stuff, and then there's still the decluttering series that I'm trying to do it every Tuesday, but since, you know, those 4 videos are always kind of towards the beginning of the month, the decluttering might get pushed back a little bit. Anyways, I have on the Tarte, this is the BB Tinted Treatment Primer. This is all I have on my face right now, besides some like residual mascara under this eye for some reason. So one of the reasons I wanted to do a chit chat get ready with me is because there have been so many changes lately. If you guys see me looking away, I'm looking at stuff to grab to put on. We're supposed to go swimming today and it's downpouring, so I don't think that's gonna happen. That sucks because I have felt very cooped up. There's just been a lot going on. Obviously, I have my engagement ring now, like it's all kind of becoming a little bit more official. However, my boyfriend's brother got engaged as well. So we're both kind of looking at each other like, who wants to go first, because we don't want to get married in the same summer or the same time. Like, you know, we're trying to kind of let each other go first and each have their moment. So I think he's getting married next year in 2017, and we're waiting for 2018 because we're going to do a destination wedding. So I'm going to take the Real Techniques, this is the Deluxe Crease Brush with the Maybelline Color Tattoo, and this is in Barely Branded. Little sneak peek before Project Pan. And I'm just going to apply that to my lid. But we're trying to kind of just be nice and take turns and let each couple have their moment. So like I said, I think he's going to focus on getting married next summer, and we're going to focus on the summer after that because ours is going to be a destination wedding, and we want to make sure everybody has enough time to, you know, financially or I guess mentally get ready for a trip. So that's kind of why we are waiting a little bit. I know someone had asked if I was going to do wedding series videos. I'm thinking about it. It's just that since ours is a destination wedding, I'm trying to decide if, like, I don't know, because I won't have a lot of the typical wedding stuff, I guess, so we'll kind of see. One of the venues we're looking at is just basically like a traditional wedding venue. We would be having our ceremony outside, and then there's a huge reception space inside, and that would be like a very traditional wedding. Otherwise, I mean, Vegas is known for having the kind of get married really quick chapels and stuff, and we have like one of those picked out, but then there would be a reception to follow. So it's kind of up in the air. We haven't really decided like where exactly, but I mean, we've decided Las Vegas, I guess, is pretty much the only thing we've really pretty much decided on. People may ask why Vegas, and Vegas is one of the first like major vacations we took together as a couple, and we almost got married there the last time we were there just because they're like, let's just do this, but I was like, my family's not here and they'd be pretty upset. You know, we just had kind of thought about it then, but we decided to just go ahead and go for it. Take my dip brow, this is in Blonde, Project Pan again, and then my Japanesque, this is the angled liner brush. This is my favorite thing for doing my brows with. Almost gotten married in Vegas, like I said once before. I'm gonna get really close because my mirror is way over here, and brows I need to be able to see really, really well. But we'd almost gotten married there once before, and so we were kind of like, well, you know, we liked it so much last time, we found so many places that we wanted to get married, like we just really want it to be fun. It's kind of the thing too. Like, I was planning to have a huge big wedding, and the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, first of all, that's just not really me. I do have social anxiety and stuff, so I just feel like having a huge wedding would be it'd be hard on me, I think, to have that many people because I have a lot of relatives. And so I think it'd be hard on me to have a big wedding like that. I don't think my boyfriend would be super comfortable with it. And this might sound kind of mean, but I'm essentially feeding a couple people. Well, I'm feeding quite a few people that I only see a few times a year. Because my grandpa has 12 brothers and sisters, And, you know, if I invite one, I gotta invite them all. And so some of those people, you know, like I said, I only see them a few times a year. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it just felt a bit awkward, I guess. So this way too, with a destination wedding, it can be smaller and more just our immediate family and more, to me, the more important people. This is really attractive. But yeah, I'll probably try to do wedding videos eventually. I just, right now, I don't know. But we're pretty far out anyways, because we're kind of looking at June of like 2018. So, I mean, not quite 2 years, but close. I just did the other brow off camera because I was just having trouble talking, and I think it's because my brows obviously wiggle and move when you're talking. So I just did it off camera. But where I kind of left off, I'm still thinking about doing the wedding videos. I think it's something that'll happen. It just right now it's not going to happen, and it probably will be a little while before it does happen because we can't book our wedding venue until 18 months out, so we won't be able to until like December or January. And maybe hopefully Day by Things will have calmed down some because right now things are crazy. Going into August, my son has like back to school registration, back to school shopping, back to school doctor's appointments, all of that fun stuff that I absolutely hate it. I dread it every year. I dread it almost as much as I dread holiday season working retail, which says a lot. So I'm just taking a Sigma little crease brush, and I'm going to take the orange color from my Anastasia Catwalk palette. I don't want to show it just because we have that update coming up. But I'm just going to take the orange coppery color out of there, RTW, and I'm just going to lightly kind of fluff that into the crease because I want it to be pretty light. But right now, besides all that, I have actually put my 2 weeks in at Ulta. I am done. There's a lot of reasons for me quitting. I don't want to bash them because that's not really what happened. It's just that I wasn't getting as many hours as I was told I was going to be. Ooh, the thunder. It's like raining, and like I said, we were supposed to go swimming. Now we're not, for sure. But I just wasn't getting the amount of hours I was supposed to be getting, what I was promised. And there was just some issues with the upper management, well, not the upper management, but just the management in my store. I feel like it's an issue that they're working on now because a lot of people are leaving, but it's just something that kind of helped me push myself a little bit more and be like, you know, this just isn't really working out. It wasn't working out hours-wise, and this is just kind of something else to kind of push me out a little bit more. And so my new job is at Walgreens. I am a full-time beauty consultant, so that's great. It's the first time I've actually had a full-time job because I've worked at Ulta for 3 years, and then before that I worked at a JCPenney salon, and that was almost full-time, and I've had several times working at Ulta where I have worked full-time hours, but technically I'm not full-time. So I don't get the benefits, I don't get paid vacation, paid sick days, all that stuff. So this is the first job I've had where it has that, and I'm really excited about it because it's something I've never had. It's something I've always wanted. So I'm excited. I'm also taking the 10K color. I don't have a lot of this color left. And I'm just kind of using it as a base color on the color tattoo, just on the lid. But it's exciting because it's, like I said, it's things that I've wanted and just haven't gotten. And I still plan on going back to school, and I think I'll probably go back to school. I was going to do accounting, but I think I'm going to do an accounting assistant, and I think I'm going to do the accounting assistant program as opposed to the accounting program, or at least start with the accounting assistant program, because the accounting assistant one is only a year, and the actual accounting program I think is like 2 years, maybe 3. And there's plenty of jobs that are listed that are for accounting assistant degrees. There's not as many for actual accounting degrees. So I'm like, I could easily find another job if I have an accounting assistant degree, but I'm just, I do want to get out of retail. I'm just really happy that this opportunity presented itself and that I'm able to do it, and I'm excited about working for Walgreens and stuff because I've heard fantastic things. I'm going to take, this is the BH Cosmetics Carly Bible palette. I'm obsessed with this. It's really pretty sad how obsessed I am with this. I'm going to take this gold color here because I don't think I've used this one yet. I've used pretty much every other color in here, but I don't think I've really used this one. And put this on top of the 10K color with just a little shader brush. But However, the one thing I am a little nervous about is that all of the brands that Walgreens carries I am pretty familiar with. Boots, Soap and Glory, Maybelline, L'Oreal, CoverGirl. However, a lot of those brands are not cruelty free, and that kind of puts me in an odd place with how I just said my decluttering videos. I want to start going more cruelty free because I don't know, that's what I'm going to be selling, and that's now what I'm going to get a discount on and that kind of thing. And I'm like, I still really want to focus on going cruelty free, and I think it's still going to be a top priority for me. It just is kind of, I feel like, puts me in a weird position a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm pretty sure Soap and Glory is cruelty free, and I'm pretty sure Boots or Number 7 is cruelty free, but I'm not 100% sure. It's just something I'm going to have to kind of look into more, but it's going to be like the Maybelline, the L'Oreal, CoverGirl, Revlon stuff that's kind of more, I'm like, oh, that's not probably cruelty free. This gold color did come out a little darker than I thought it would, so I'm actually going to take the kind of dark burgundy red color out of my Catwalk palette and use that with a pencil brush and an E25 in my crease. But speaking of cruelty free, the beauty world this week has, at least in my opinion, pretty much blown up with drama. Everything from Kat Von D and Jeffree Star to the It Cosmetics L'Oreal thing. The It Cosmetics L'Oreal thing, I think, I'm a little disappointed in it too. I mean, I understand Urban Decay is owned by them, which is actually something I didn't know until the other day when someone was talking about It Cosmetics being sold to L'Oreal. It is disappointing. It's because, yes, technically the line is cruelty free. They're not, testing those specific products on animals, but their money, or a portion of their money, is going to L'Oreal that does test on animals. At this point, I kind of don't understand why we're still having this debate. Like, why is animal cruelty still, I guess, kind of a thing? I know there are a lot of people out there that, and this used to be me, I really didn't think about it. I picked up a foundation and the thought never crossed my mind. And that's fine. There are some people that are really passionate about animal cruelty, and there are some people that are really just like, I just prefer to not think about it. And either way is fine. Everyone is allowed to have an opinion and a feeling about it. I just don't understand why. I feel like at this point in age, like, it really shouldn't be that much of a, like, I feel like cosmetic companies should be able to come up with a different way of testing. Like, it just shouldn't be an issue. Because I feel like this animal cruelty thing has been, something that people have been fighting for years. Like, I guess that's kind of what I don't understand. I don't know, though. Like, I've been trying to decide myself, like, am I going to quit purchasing It Cosmetics, or what am I going to do? I really don't know. I don't have that many It Cosmetics products, products. I have the CC cream and I have the powder from them. I've been wanting to try the Superhero mascara, but I kind of don't know. I just can't decide. I mean, obviously it's never stopped me from buying Urban Decay, but it's kind of made me question everything in general. I just don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of hard to say. I think that maybe what I'll try to do is purchase less products from them, just kind of knowing that and kind of going forward, but it is really kind of hard to say, I think, one way or the other. The pencil brush, I'm going to take the RTW color and run that kind of just on the middle part of my lower lash line, and go ahead and take it all the way out to the inner corner, or to the outer corner. This color is getting down there too. Like, I really don't feel like I have that many uses left of it either. I just kind of started to get back into my Pan That palette this month, because last month didn't go fantastic, and I was kind of okay with it, but I was like, man, it just kind of sucks when you do an update and you're like, oh, I don't really have that great of progress. But I mean, you guys are always really nice about it, so it kind of is more of a personal thing, I guess, where I'm just like kind of beating myself up about it a little bit. I'm like, oh man, I really could have done better about it. But I mean, by the time it's time to film next video, I've already forgotten about it. So that, and it does kind of motivate me to use my palette a little bit more. Now I'm taking the dark burgundy red color, which for some reason I cannot remember right now, and I'm just doing that on the outer third. Now that that is done, I'm going to take the Carli Bybel palette again. I'm going to take this kind of matte yellowy color. It's too yellowy for me to use as a brow highlight, but I actually like to mix it in with my face powder, which is the Maybelline Fit Me in Translucent. This is pretty light. I know it looks like I have nothing left, but there is product. It's just around the edges. But if I mix these two together, then I can use it as a brow highlight, so that's normally what I do. I think I am going to start using the more yellowy color in the palette as like a transition color, since it doesn't work as a brow highlight on me, and just see how I like it, because I might like it a little bit better that way. I'm really, really, really obsessed with this Carli Bybel palette. Like, I don't understand why, but I love the shadows in here so much. The highlighters, they're pretty and I do like them, but I mean, the shadows are, for some reason, I'm just obsessed with them. And whenever I have something, like when I had my job interview the other day, I chose to wear this palette because I was like, it's so pretty, the colors blend out so nicely. It just, I don't know, I'm obsessed with it. So, and the colors do go pretty nicely with the Catwalk palette from Anastasia, so it's something I've been able to pair these two together a little bit and kind of use them both. So I'm going to put on eyeliner really quick. It's really hard for me to talk when I do my eyeliner, so I'm just going to put this on my lower or my upper lash line really quick, and I'll be right back. Liner's on. I'm going to go ahead and do concealer. I did want to talk about my decluttering videos a little bit more, just about kind of what's going on behind them and why I am decluttering so much. Or, I don't know, it feels like a lot to me, especially because having a YouTube channel, that's a lot of concealer. It feels like when you have a YouTube channel, you need to have a lot of products because you need to be able to review and talk about them. This concealer is really light. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer. This is in, I think it's the lightest color they have. I'm pretty sure it's like Y21. Do a little bit in the center of my forehead. But the reason that I've been doing the decluttering videos is, besides the obvious, like, just want to have a little bit more, you know, room in my collection, get rid of things that I'm not really using that much. A part of it is, too, is that I'm just kind of starting to feel a little bit kind of over makeup. I don't really know how to say this, but it's just such a huge trend right now. Everybody's into it, everybody's doing it. And I'm just kind of like, you know, instead of sitting here and looking at $300 worth of eyeshadow palettes, I really would much rather have a house or have that money for my car payment or other things. So I'm just I'm starting to feel a little bit over the whole beauty community a little bit. I've even really cut back on watching videos, which is why I haven't really commented as much that, and I've just been kind of antisocial lately with everything going on. It's been kind of taking a lot out of me, but I just kind of have taken, I feel like, a huge step back. Like, I know I am watching right now on videos, like, when I go through my subscription feed, I'm watching videos from almost a week ago because I'm just, like, behind because I don't really watch videos that much anymore. And when I do, I kind of, like, favorites videos. I used to love favorites videos. I kind of hate them now because I love filming them. I love talking about products that I love, but I hate watching other ones because I feel like, especially when I'm watching some of the bigger YouTubers, they're all talking about the same the same products repeatedly. For example, like the Urban Decay All-Nighter Foundation just launched. I do genuinely want to try that foundation, but everybody is talking about it, and I'm like, okay, after seeing like 3 favorites videos and everybody's talking about it, I'm just kind of like, okay, this is getting repetitive and kind of getting to be a waste of time since everybody's talking about the same stuff. Which is something I try not to do in my favorites videos. I try not to talk about products that are trending right now or super, you know, super new launches, I guess. It's kind of, sometimes I do talk about new launches, but I try not to do that too much because I genuinely believe there are really good products out there that people haven't tried that are at the drugstore that are not brand new, or even products that aren't at the drugstore that are higher end that people haven't really tried. Now I'm setting it with my NYX Radiant Finishing Powder. This is really crumbly at the moment, so I'm not gonna lift it up and show you guys, but otherwise I would. It's a bit of a crumbly mess right now. So I just don't want to talk about and watch people talk about the same few products in their videos. And I get that everybody just got the PR samples, and maybe genuinely everyone is loving the, you know, Urban Decay foundation, but it's like, it just kind of gets to be the point where I'm like, okay, I've seen everybody talk about this foundation or this whatever product so many times that I'm just kind of, I just don't want to watch any more videos talking about it. Like I said too, I think some of it is coming from just kind of being over the beauty community, which again is a little weird since I did get a job working still in cosmetics. But like I said, I do have plans to do something different eventually. Right now, I just really need to focus on something that's paying better than Ulta is, and just is giving me more of what I actually do need in my life, which is benefits and that kind of thing. Before I do mascara and stuff, I'm going to take my Maybelline. This is the Master Contour Palette, and I'm just going to use the Contour Bronze color out of here. And just kind of go around my hairline a little bit. But yeah, I'm still, like, I still enjoy making videos and stuff. I just find that I'm kind of not, I'm leaning more away from the beauty community side of things and more into the panning and decluttering side of things. Just because it's just not, I just don't want to spend that much money on them. And I love Amber F's, like, Shop Your Stash series. I know Emily Noel has kind of started to do that as well a little bit. So I'm just kind of finding myself staying away from haul videos and favorites videos and stuff, and I'm kind of leaning more towards declutterings and Project Pan. I still enjoy tutorials. I don't know why tutorials has basically, like, fallen off the face of YouTube. I feel like hardly anybody does tutorials anymore. One of my favorites is That Girl Shay XO. She does a Throwback Thursday palette every Thursday normally. Obviously things happen and it's not every single Thursday, but she does them pretty much every Thursday, and it's a tutorial, and I genuinely love that. Like, I like tutorials. That's what I'd much rather see. It gets me a little more creative, and even if it's not, again it gets me to think about things that I can use in my own collection, if it's even a palette that I don't have. So yeah, I've just been always into tutorials and that kind of thing more, but it just seems like people aren't really doing them as much. Now for blush, I'm going to take this Milani blush. This is in Coral Cove. This is just a really bright peachy kind of coral color. You can see I've kind of been using it a lot because this brush is kind of stained with it, but it's really, really pretty, and I hardly need any product at all really with it because it's so pigmented. Go a little heavy-handed with the bronzer and the blush, but there was a reason for it. For some reason, I really love doing this. I think it makes everything look a little bit more seamless. But this is my Ulta. This is the Mineral Powder Foundation, and this is in Fair number 1. I think this is the more cool toned one, but I mean the yellow warm toned one is super, super yellow. And this is my Real Techniques. It's like the angled, like travel, just as retractable kabuki brush. But it's kind of at an angle, and I really like this for powder foundations. So I like to take just a little bit of that, and I like to kind of go over everything and kind of buff this all in. And I feel like it looks a little bit more airbrushed and a little bit softer looking. So I don't know why, but I like to do bronzer and blush first and then do the powder foundation afterwards. I don't know. I know it's kind of weird, but I just really, I like the way it looks a lot better than if I do it on top of it. So what it looks like now that I have the Ulta Mineral Powder Foundation on. So I'm going to take a new mascara. This is the Pure Minerals Fully Charged Mascara. It says mascara powered by magnetic technology. I didn't really read too much into this, but my coworkers at Ulta were really, really excited about this, and I'm assuming it's because of the magnetic technology. It sounds really cool and unique, but I've heard it's very similar to the Too Faced Better Than Sex without the actual hourglass shaped wand. So you can see it's just kind of a, I mean, my wand's actually a little bit bent, so it's a little bit wonky kind of looking, but it's just, I don't know, it doesn't look like anything particularly special either. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this, and I will try to start talking a little bit more. I just feel like these last few steps I've kind of been quiet again. But yeah, with just so much stuff happening lately, I'm just kind of been a little bit more quiet. So if I haven't been commenting on videos or replying back to my own comments very much, it's just, that's why. I'm just kind of overwhelmed with everything that's happening right now. because of my social anxiety and stuff too, like, because I have so much stuff that I have to deal with in my personal life, it tends to make me pretty quiet when I come home. I tend to not really say much, not really go very many places, so I've just kind of been a little bit more quiet. I've even found that on my days off, most of the time, I don't really put that much makeup on. Today's a day off, but I don't know, I just felt like putting makeup on because it has been kind of a few days since I put on makeup. I mean, I've been putting on like my Tarte BB primer because I think it has SPF in it, and that's kind of, yeah, it's got SPF in it. It kind of helps even out my skin tone. That's really the only makeup product I've probably been using that much lately, on my days off anyways, so sometimes I'll use the Color Tattoo and Barely Branded, but otherwise, days off, it's been pretty much no makeup. It's either too hot for it or I just don't feel like it, so I really don't know what I think of this mascara. It's pretty, but I don't feel like it's really, like, I don't know. It's not really that lengthening. It's not super volumizing. We'll kind of have to see. I think mascara will always be that one product I can justify buying quite a few of just to try them out, because it's something I actually do go through. Like foundations, yes, I do go through them. I do wear them every day, but I feel like it still takes quite a bit longer, obviously, to get through them than it does like a mascara. So I can always justify buying way more mascaras, but other things I really do just need to quit buying so much. I did kind of change a few things since my decluttering video. I'm trying to think. The blush one, I don't really think anything has changed, except for I did pick up a new highlighter, but I'll show you guys it here because I'll use it right now. Let me grab it really quick. So like I said, a couple things have changed since my decluttering video, most specifically the blush one. I did pick up, this is the Makeup Revolution. This is the Matte Blush Infusion. I don't really have anything this color in my collection, which is why I picked it up. Plus this lady at Ulta kind of sold me on it. It looked beautiful on her. I know I'm probably holding it up right now. It looks similar to Coral Cove, but it kind of looks like a more terracotta color, and Coral Cove is like, I mean, you can see it's like neon. So they do look really different. But I mean, everything else in my collection, I don't really feel like it looks like anything else. So this is kind of a more unique color for me. Plus, I really like the Makeup Revolution formula. It's pretty nice. So I'm kind of think I'm done with blushes now, because I did just want like one more color that I didn't have in my collection. So this is the other blush I picked up, which does change my declutter a little bit. And then this is the highlighter I picked up because I just couldn't not. Everybody was talking about how these are the best. I'm like, all right, fine, I have to try them then. This is the Anastasia Glow Kit. This is in That Glow. I was torn. My store, for some reason, we don't carry the full Anastasia line. We pretty much just carry their brow products, the Modern Renaissance palette. I mean, that's pretty much it. We don't really carry much for them. But for some reason, we randomly got in a couple glow kits. So we got That Glow and we got Sun Dipped. Sun Dipped is the one that's meant for darker skin tones, but most of the colors I feel like would actually kind of work on me, except for two of them. So then I only left two that would work, and I was just like, they're really, really pretty, but I'm like, this one I would probably get a little bit more use out of. However, it does have that gold bronze color in there, which I'm like, this is the one I might not use. This one I can use. It's a little bit difficult, but they are really, really nice, or they at least seem really nice. So I haven't got to actually apply them. For some reason, I'm weird, and I like to apply them with this tapered blending brush. I need to go pick up a different highlighting brush, because I don't really love my fan brush, and I love this for some reason. So today, let's do a mix of Sunburst and Bubbly. Sunburst looks really yellow. Bubbly looks a little dark, but let's just go ahead and highlight. Okay, I see what people are talking about. It is really pretty. okay, I see what the hype is about. Like, this is intense. It looks like wet on my skin, which is surprising because I don't feel like I applied that much. But it's really, really nice. I did put a little bit down the center of my nose, but I didn't do that much, so I might do a tiny bit more. I don't know, I just want to like drench my face in it kind of because it's so pretty. And just because I want to balance out my cheeks because they look so glowy. So I am kind of glad I picked this up because it's pretty. I do wish we would have had the silver one, which I think is called Gleam, because I feel like the silver one might have been better for my fair skin. But I can definitely make these colors work. I mean, it's highlighting. So the only thing is that gold bronze color, but I think it'll be okay. The only other product I kind of got that, again, kind of affects the decluttering is I got this NYX No Filter Finishing Powder. This is kind of me trying to find a cruelty-free option for my Maybelline Fit Me powder. It is a baked powder though, so it does have like a slight sheen to it. It's really, I don't think it's that, that noticeable. But it's really, really pretty, very, very soft, so I'm going to have to kind of compare this. The only thing is that since it's a no filter finishing powder, it's not going to be mattifying, or it's not going to be probably as mattifying. So I don't know, kind of mixed feelings on that, but I'm going to try it out. I haven't really got to play with it yet. I'm just kind of worried about how matte am I going to actually stay. So we'll see, but the only other things in the decluttering videos that have kind of changed is I decided to declutter the Body Shop Tea Tree BB Cream. I just used it a couple times and I was like, yeah, this just isn't, to me it's just not worth keeping and panning. I'm just going to go ahead and declutter it. And then the Fiona Styles foundation I returned. Packaging was beautiful, stunning, luxurious, beautiful, everything about it I loved. But the foundation looked horrible on me. I'm going to apply lipstick. This is the Essence Natural Beauty lipstick. I love Essence's lipsticks. I just wish they had more colors, because I would buy them all. But actually, let me do this first. I love this color. This is always going to be one of my favorite lipsticks. It is just a really pretty natural color. So as I was saying about the Fiona Styles foundation, I just returned it because it looked horrible on me. It got super cakey on my upper lip and around my nose, which was kind of weird. I don't know, just something about it I really didn't like, and I was like, it's just not working for me. It's not really that mattifying. I have other ones that are more mattifying, other ones that are almost kind of the same without the cakiness, so I was like, I'm just going to take it back. The way it kind of, I don't know, when you put it on and it doesn't set matte, that kind of was something that I was like, yeah, I don't feel like this is going to be that mattifying. For example, my Maybelline Fit Me, the Matte and Poreless, like the liquid one, I put this on, give it a couple minutes, and it's matte. And it's like I don't even need a setting powder with it because it's really matte. And that one just really wasn't. And I'm like, a lot of times if a foundation doesn't set and start to matte down, I just kind of know it's not going to work for me. So that one I kind of just knew was not going to be my favorite foundation. So I'm just down to the Too Faced Born This Way, my Kat Von D, my Maybelline Fit Me, and I think that might be it. I think it's just those three, which is fine because I love all three of them. The Kat Von D thing I think I'm definitely going to be repurchasing just because she's going like vegan with her line, so it'll be vegan and cruelty free and stuff. So I'm just kind of thinking about sticking with her stuff, but we'll see. So now that my makeup's done, and I think I've pretty much talked about everything I want to talk about, I guess that's kind of it for this video, but I don't know, we'll just kind of have to see how the next few months go. I feel really nervous about working full-time and filming videos, so that's something we'll just kind of have to see how that's going to work. It sounds like I'm going to have a set schedule, so if that is the case and I have a set schedule, I think it'll be a lot easier for me to kind of plan out and figure out when and how I'm going to film things. But again, we'll just kind of have to wait and see. I apologize that my hair looks really, really bad right now, but I think I'm going to try to do an ombre from my natural color to this blonde. That way I don't have to give up the blonde completely, but I can let my hair kind of go and not worry about it so much, and I can kind of let it just grow out. I think for my wedding I'll probably want to be pretty blonde. Probably not this blonde, but I mean pretty blonde. I just want to make sure I have some of my natural color in there, but yeah, so I'm just kind of, I don't know, letting the roots grow a little bit a little bit more, so that way she can easily just kind of ombre the two together. It doesn't really matter, I think, how much of my roots grow out, but I just kind of wanted to have them grown out as much as I could. But now that I'm going to be quitting at Ulta, I have to do that pretty soon because I'm going to lose my salon discount and my store discount, obviously. So it's kind of been like a, oh my god, what do I need? Because I'm not going to be here anymore. It's been a really weird feeling, especially because I've been at Ulta for almost 3 years. September would be 3 years. So it's surreal to me, it's crazy, but we'll just kind of have to see. Hopefully this will turn out so much better than kind of what I've been going through and what I've had to deal with. But yeah, that is it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!